Although the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Back like I never fucking left. But make sure you sign my petition too. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find that change.org link in the Instagram bio. And the reason I say this, I ain't get the report on it, but you know, I'm gonna let y'all know in case those who don't know. On Saturday, there were 2 mass shootings that took place. One that happened in El Paso, Texas, in front of a Walmart that ended up killing what is now 22 people, since 2 people actually died yesterday while being in the hospital. And also, it was another mass shooting hours later in Dayton, Ohio. Now, first off, it's all bad, but the one of significance and relevance to, you know, getting Trump off Twitter is the one in El Paso, because the shooter was actually, first of all, both of these shooters were white boys, but the one in El Paso, he actually put out a manifesto basically saying that he was protecting the country from immigrant invasion. You know, same type of language that Trump be using, whatever. Now, Trump got the nerve to get on, address the nation yesterday, saying that we should condemn bigotry, racism, white supremacy, but the problem is he doesn't think he's any of that. Not to mention, he signs off saying, you know, God bless those in Toledo, Ohio. The shit was in Dayton, dumbass. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure you sign my petition, get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in the Instagram bio, GradyGrant716. Now, him being on Twitter is actually like obvious that he is radicalizing people in the right wing, so much so that his tweets were actually used in court to basically justify the actions of Caesar Sayoc. Now, Caesar Sayoc, this is somebody that I mentioned him not by name, but I mentioned him in World Broadcast number 13, the 2018 wrap up where I rap about the news. You know, if you late, you know what I mean, definitely go check out all my broadcasts. BlackFoxNews.com/broadcast. Nevertheless, this actually was somebody who sent 16 do-it-yourself bombs to like pro-Democrat or, you know, left-wing politicians and even Hollywood people. I think Robert De Niro had one. The Obamas got one sent to them. The Clintons. But the catch was like, yo, they weren't clearly made to explode. But nevertheless, they gave dude 20 years yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And they only gave him 20 because they were clearly not made to explode. I mean, they had timers on them. Like, what is this, fucking Batman? But nevertheless, his own attorneys used Trump as a reason for why he was radicalized to do such a thing. Probably why he got that done. Green War and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Sweating like a bitch. It's real out here, but you know, soaking up that vitamin D, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716. Lays out exactly why he needs to be removed from that platform. I mean, haven't you seen the damage? Now, over in South Asia, actually, in Kashmir, this is a region outside of India, next, you know, between India and Pakistan, whatever, that has actually been on lockdown. With internets and communication shut down. You got leaders placed on house arrest. India actually revoked Kashmir's special status, which now means that Hindu Indians will now be able to go in there and make settlements or whatever, which people fear, critics and Kashmiris alike fear, that that's going to take Kashmir's autonomy away. Now there's an Azad Kashmir, which is administered by Pakistan. Their leader, Raja Farooq Haider, he actually says that, you know, if India tries any funny business, that, you know, he's gonna make a grave, Indian grave, essentially. And you know, I mean, there's a lot of people that are just calling for all parties to just like chill the fuck out. But we'll see what happens though. Green War and Graduation. The World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, laying out exactly what's going on, man. Hot as a bitch, bro. I know you see me sweating and shit, but you know, soaking all this vitamin D up. Back like I never left. You know what I'm saying? But let me get out this news though. Over in Puerto Rico's shit in the government is still kind of crazy, because Ricardo Rosselló, the former governor of Puerto Rico, who was forced to resign amidst like nationwide protests after his text messages leaked, basically showing that he was a dickhead. This dude actually last week had appointed Pedro Pierluisi as the Secretary of State while he's on his way out of governorship, or whatever, knowing he's on his way out. And then Pedro Pierluisi actually gets sworn in as the governor of the country without any Senate approval. So the Senate is suing the San Juan mayor, Carmen Yulín Cruz. She's suing, and it's just looked at as a continuation of corruption, especially since this dude's lawyer is actually the same law firm represents the same law firm that represents the control board over there in PR, which actually has sweeping economic powers. Reminds me of actually the fucking Federal Reserve, but I mean that's for another post. Green War graduate. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, back like I never left, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio. I mean, yo, haven't y'all seen the damage? Like, I can't be the only one that's watching this shit, man. Yo, get him off of Twitter. Sign that petition. Now check this out though. And this actually falls in line with that because he's actually tweeted about trade wars with China, trade war shit, you know, I'm gonna oppose this tariff and that tariff, threatening China, right? So last week he actually announces that he's going to impose a 10% tariff on $300 billion worth of Chinese goods. Now in response to that, China actually not only allowed its currency to actually fall to the lowest value that it's been in 11 years, which is seen as an attack on, you know, our jobs and our wages and whatnot, whatever, our economy as a whole. But they also banned U.S. imports for farm goods. So as a result, and Wall Street responded, they actually had the worst day of the year yesterday. So stay woke, man. Green War and graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady, back like I never left, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. On the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716. Now, yesterday, Donald Trump actually signed an executive order that basically calls for an embargo against Venezuela. I'm not going to say calls for it. It imposes an embargo, almost a near total embargo on Venezuela, freezing all properties and assets owned by Venezuela. They already have crippling sanctions against them that's targeted at Venezuela's oil industry, which is really how they get their bread. And you know, those sanctions came because the U.S. in other countries as well disagree with how Venezuela's running their economy. They really are running their economy into the ground. Their currency, the bolivar, is worth shit. And keep this in mind, like but this is only adding to the fire or whatever. The economy's already jacked up. 3 million people have left the country since 2016. A quarter of the population is in need of aid, and you know it's really bad. We'll see how this goes out. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez of Venezuela, he actually says this is a transnational coup going on, led by the U.S. against them. Green War graduate. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716. Lays out exactly why you should be removed. Now check this out. Over in southwestern Libya, in a little town known as Merzouk, there was actually a drone strike that killed 42 people and injured 60. 30 of these 60 injured were actually critically injured. Now, the government that's actually backed by the United Nations, the Tripoli, and they're based in the capital of Libya, Tripoli, they actually said that this was done by the army that's led by Khalifa Haftar. Now, let me tell you something about him. He's leading the, I think it's the Libyan National Army that actually in April had tried to actually take over the capital from the government of national accord. That's backed by the United Nations or whatever, but they blamed him for it. Keep in mind, Khalifa, he's actually a CIA. He's worked with the U.S. CIA, and the White House actually praised him for fighting terrorism and securing oil resources for Libya. Green War and graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Back like I never left. You dig? Make sure y'all sign my petition too, though. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find that change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, laying out exactly why he should be removed. I mean, y'all see the damage. Y'all see the outcome of his tweets, or him or whoever's running that account. Now check this out, though. R. Kelly's, man, damn, he's going down in flames. You feel me? He's already in jail in New York for basically what he's been, you know, known to be recently. You know, a pedophile. Last month he was arrested in Chicago for, like, you know, obstruction of justice. Child porn, sex assault, but he's actually been charged in Minnesota for basically soliciting a minor and prostitution, because he was accused of basically paying this, you know, getting this girl to come to his hotel room who was at 17 years old, paying her $200 to undress. So, I don't know. It could be trumped up charges, but that do this weirdo shit though. Green Wall and graduation. The New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Find a change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, laying out exactly why he should be removed from that platform. Keep putting us, U.S. troops, people abroad, whole economy's in danger just from him or whoever's managing at account with their tweets. Like, it's just crazy. Get him the fuck up out of here. Now, on to the news, though. I know y'all probably seen that photo. If you black, you probably seen that photo from Galveston, Texas, where there's these two cops that are actually on horseback, and one cop is holding it looks like a blue string or a blue strap or a rope or something, but that rope, the other end of that rope, is actually a black man that's arrested. You know what I'm saying? So he's walking in handcuffs, so it looks like they're walking like a fucking dog. Now the police have publicly apologized about this scenario, but turns out he was arrested for misdemeanor trespassing charges. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no excuse for that shit. So on behalf of all black people, I'd like to say, fuck y'all apology, man. Green Wall and graduate. The New World, the Bishop Grady, back like I'll never left, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition too. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. Make sure y'all sign that petition, man. He keeps putting us, U.S. troops, people abroad in danger and all of that, man. Y'all gotta keep up, man. And even whole economies, like, yo, hold him accountable for his shit, like, you know, person to person. Can't be from behind no Twitter account on social media. We're not doing that shit. Now, check this out though. Over in the U.S., actually, Gay House Media actually acquires Gannett for $1.4 billion. Now, most of y'all probably is like, what the fuck is that? These are two of the largest newspaper publications in the country. And Gannett actually already owns USA Today, along with over 250 daily newspaper publications, and then hundreds of weekly and community publications. So that's a big acquisition for one company to make. With this publication, with this acquisition, they'll own 1.16, of all newspaper publications in the country. That's 16.7% essentially. Now, this is actually looked at as like it's going to cause a lot of layoffs and could actually put news in danger, local news or whatever, where people will be getting their information from remote locations instead of from the community. Green Wall and graduate.